So the idea of Utility Concierge really came about, back in probably 2006. We were a contracting company for Dish Network and DirecTV, and we did satellite installations for people all over North Texas. And we really found we'd go to those houses and people would have their TV and no electricity, or they had their electricity and no TV. And we really saw the stress of a home buying experience. People are worried about finding a house, they're worried about getting a mortgage, they're worried about moving. They're not worried about setting their utilities up. They're not worried about making 5 to 7 phone calls and a couple half days on the phone and scheduling all that. That's just not a priority. So a lot of times people wait to the last minute.
So the purpose of Utility Concierge is to serve people. It's to help people. Specifically, we found this opportunity to take the complicated process of getting your utilities and home services right. Step one, we want to educate the customer. We want to make sure they understand the pros and the cons of the different options that's available for them. And then once they understand those pros and cons, they're able to make an informed decision that says, yeah, that's the perfect plan for me. So step two of our process is once they've made that decision, they can go back to work, they can go back to packing, they can go back to playing with their family, and we'll take care of setting up all the services, setting up all the activations for them.
It's so amazing to see, when we get a customer that is distraught, worn out, can't hang anymore, and then they get to hear one of our, like John Abner's voice, and everything's fine. I mean, he wins people over just by becoming friends with them.
I know that moving is, a pretty tough deal. I've moved several times, and I know that there's a customer out there waiting for my call, waiting for me to help put some answers in their head, and walk them through the process and get them to the finish line without having to worry about all the rigmarole that goes into it.
I mean, it gets to the point after the first 3 minutes of the phone call where they're not necessarily a client anymore, they're more of a friend. Time is something you don't get back, and so only spending 20 minutes with a client on taking care of all their utilities compared to them taking a half day off or a full day off of work and them sitting on 1-800 numbers, getting prices, that sort of thing. That was the number one reason. That is the reason why I'm here, is because we save people time, and you can't associate a dollar sign with time.
The fact that we don't charge a dime for our service, I think, speaks to what we're really here for. It's to really take care of the customer, and I've put 5 years into making sure that every single person that has talked to us on our phones feels that care and that love. I mean, we're there to make sure that their moving process is memorable. The fact of the matter is, when you get somebody like Utility Concierge on your side, you're not only helping develop your brand, but you're getting an extra team member. I mean, you're essentially getting a salaried position to work with you and your clients and be another person to answer questions, to be another person to solve problems, and another person to make them happy about their decision to work with you.
If we're able to save them some money, we save people an average of $1,000 a year. If we're able to save them some money that they can put back into their finances, put back into their family, into the house they're moving into, then we've done our job.